Yeah, it's been pretty easy so far.
Excellent, excellent. So we are here to talk about mastering genre versatility through film, theater, and beyond.
Okay, let's do it.
And you guys, keep your questions coming, because we'll talk for a little bit, and then we're going to open the floor to you. So make sure you have some questions ready. All right, so let's talk about genre versatility. We talked in the opening about theater, and you mentioned a band.
Yes, I've got a band called Molotov Jukebox. I'd love to come and play here. If you guys know any promoters, tell them. Molotov Jukebox should come and play.
Molotov. So where did the name come from?
My boy, my fella who's in the band, he plays the fiddle. It was 5 a.m. at a festival, and we'd been thinking loads of names, and he suddenly was like, Molotov Jukebox. And it just stayed, so we kept it.
So it's you and your guy? Just the two of you?
No, there's 6 of us.
6 people.
And when they pay us really well, we have 9. Because then we have a trumpet section.
Okay. All right. Now, really silly question. You play the accordion.
Yes.
Do you know there's a song from the movie Ishtar? Do you know the movie Ishtar? But the song has the lyrics, if you admit you play the accordion, no one will hire you in a rock and roll band. What do you think?
That's why I made my own band. It's fine.
So you had to form your own
It's
band.
kind of tropical gypsy music, so it's a bit different.
Okay, so how did you discover the accordion? I mean, it's such an odd instrument.
So I was doing a play with an amazing company. They were called Knee-High, and now they've changed to Wise Children. And their shows are amazing. You kind of leave them, and it's like you feel like you want to make love and mischief and madness, and it's amazing. And the director, Emma Rice, was like, everyone pick an instrument, and I picked the accordion. I already played the piano, so I think that helps a little bit. Sorry, I've got gum in. Pardon me. Sorry. And actually,
it doesn't get much more real than
grab
this.
Some water.
Here, do you want some water?
Yeah.
Just drink it out of the bottle. It's
Yeah.
fine. We're all friends here, right?
Yeah, so that's how I came across that one. Jesus.
So now, are you in a...
It's going great. Yay!
Live theater. You know what? Hang on. This one's all wet.
That's fine. I'm okay. It's boiling.
Okay. So, are you a fan of other accordion players? I mean, who are...
I don't know any. I mean, when I see them live, they're great. I really loved Gogol Bordello like a few years ago. I loved their first couple of albums, and I know they've got an incredible accordion player. I don't know what the name is, but they're pretty good.
Okay. No Weird Al? Weird Al Yankovic?
Maybe.
Okay. So, all right, you're not terribly into the popular culture then, are you? You're not...
I don't know. No, not really.
I mean, I'm just asking. What do you do for fun? We're talking about genre versatility.
I'm sure, like lots of you, I watch lots of films and I read a lot of books, and that to me is like an ideal day. Like walking for hours to a bar where I can drink some amazing red wine and read my book, preferably alone, maybe with my dog. That's the perfect day. Maybe, and there's a lake. You guys have lots of lakes here, so maybe do some swimming as well.
I think you're going to move to Lithuania. I mean, that's pretty much.
Yeah, Lauren's my
life
manager. He's obsessed with it, and he's making me fall in love with it. It's incredible.
So, what do you like to read?
Everything. But actually, that's a lie. Non-fiction.
So fiction.
Yeah.
And in any particular genre?
No, I mean I love a lot of crime and death and all that stuff, but also kind of sexy romance shit, period stuff. I mean, literally, I read everything. It's very addictive. It's like.
So, all right.
Even if I don't like the book, I have to fucking finish it to find out what happens. Do you know what I mean?
So, had you read the Harry Potter books before?
No. I read them after my first audition that went really badly, and the director was like, "Hey, I want to give you another chance for some reason," and I was like, "Okay." And I read all of them, and I was like, "This is amazing! It's so good! It's so good!" I think, and it works. It works whether you're a child or an adult. It's just, they're great. They're really well written. It's magical.
Yeah. Well, do you know C.S. Lewis? The C.S. Lewis, the Chronicles of Narnia, right?
Yeah.
So C.S. Lewis said, if a book is only good when you're a child, then it's not even good then.
Yeah.
Right? So the idea that we bring books, and yeah, they might be good for children, but you can read the same book as an adult and get something different out of it.
100%.
And so, all right, so what is your favorite book?
Fuck, I mean, that's a ridiculous question.
Okay.
What's your favorite book?
Oh, gosh. Alice in Wonderland.
Okay. Yeah,
I have 2 Alice in Wonderland tattoos.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to take my clothes off to show you. But I do.
You all want to see them, don't you? Don't you see? Yeah.
No.
Okay, maybe later, after a few drinks.
After a few drinks,
But
maybe.
I mean, I suppose there's one book that I'm Spanish, so there's one book I have both in English and Spanish, and it's House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende. Isabel Allende is amazing. I love all her stuff. She's still writing now, and it's just every new book, I'm like, what are you going to write next? More. I want more. Yeah.
So you're bilingual?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
You can read in Spanish?
100%. No, so my family are all Spanish. I mean, it's kind of that thing of home was Spanish, you know, it's language, food, everything. And then I'd go out and like study and learn and be in London and in English.
So how were you born? Where were you born?
I was born in London.
Okay, so born and raised in London, and you still live in London?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, let's talk genre.
Sure.
So you've been in Harry Potter, which is fantasy.
Yes.
You've been in Game of Thrones, which is, well, that's fantasy too, I guess. How would we classify John Wick? You've been in John Wick?
I suppose violence?
Violent.
Action.
That's its own action.
Sexy action? I don't know.
Do you prefer one or over the other?
No.
No.
I just want to have a job.
Okay.
Having a job is great as an actor.
That's the actor motto,
Yep.
right? I just want to work.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's... So when you've just finished one genre, it's really nice to, like, have something very different. You know, if you've just done some sci-fi, it's quite nice to then get, like, a romantic comedy or a period drama or, you know, it's nice to change.
And just to keep working.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Well, let's go back to the books then. Are there any books that you would like to adapt? I mean, you've been acting for a while.
Yeah.
I've got my notes here that you started kind of randomly. The acting wasn't necessarily even on your radar to start. So tell us the story. What happened? How did you get
Well,
started?
I was at boarding school, and a bit like Hogwarts, and it's called Beedales, and I went there. And as a punishment for smoking, drinking, just general everything, they made you stay in on the weekend so you couldn't go home. And I was smoking behind a barn, and I came out, and my drama teacher, instead of getting me into more trouble and potentially getting me expelled, which would have been one route my life could have taken, he was like, no, go into the barn. There are some children there. Just go into the barn. And I was like, okay. And I was 15, 16, I had dreads, I had lice, I had piercings. I was this feral thing, angry thing. And I walked in, there was like a room full of little boys. And I was like, what is this? Am I babysitting? And it was my first audition. I didn't realize.
What was it for?
About a boy.
Hence the boys.
Yeah, about the boy. Yeah, so they were clearly casting on a weekend when the school was empty for the lead role, for the little boy. And I was just there, and I was like, this woman was like, hello, you must be here for Ellie. And I was like, yeah. And I just did the audition, I got it.
And you got the part?
Yeah, I had another recall, and then I was like, oh, I think this is a thing. I mean, I loved theatre at school, but it didn't feel like a real job. I was like, people that are actors are like rich people and really fit people, and I'm not in that category. So, but you know, turns out you can make it. You can do some work, even if you're not in that category.
And so that was early 2000s, is that right?
I don't know. I was, yeah, early 2000. Yeah, I was 16, 15, 16, something like that.
Okay. So, all right, so you've been doing this for 20-something years. Have you thought about kind of moving behind the scenes a bit? Maybe? No, not at all.
Absolutely
No
not.
Directing, no producing.
100%. I mean, sure. I mean, if someone could teach me how to produce, that'd be fun. But I think out of all of them, that might be the one that I might be closest to.
Well, but because I was going to say, with all the books that you read, do you ever read a book and go, fuck, I'd like to play that character?
Yes, Wool. You know the book Wool? They've just made a series called Silo.
Hugh Howey.
I wanted to be Hugh Howey. I wanted to be Juliet so much. I met him 13 years ago in Australia, and he came up to me and he gave me the first book. He was at a convention. He was one of the people signing. And he was like, I think you should play Juliet. And I was like, I had jet lag, and I read the entire book in an evening. I read it all, and the next day I was like, I haven't slept, do you have more? And he was like, no, I'm writing the next one. And unfortunately, I couldn't even be part of the casting process because I was on another job, and contractually, annoyingly, that job didn't even go to the second series. So I could have done it, but because I was under contract, like, you can't go up for jobs, I couldn't even go up for it. I don't think they would have given me the lead anyway, but I would have loved to have auditioned.
The coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of thing. But now, could you, I mean, Wool aside, because that's already been made, but are there anything that you read it and you go, I want to do this, and then you pursue making it yourself? Have you ever thought about that?
No, I haven't thought about that at all, but I mean, maybe it's something I should. I'd love, do you guys know the comic Transmetropolitan?
Of course.
Yes? That. I'd love to be in that. I'd love to be one of the filthy assistants.
Spider Jerusalem.
Yes. And I think especially now with all the fake news and all the lunacy that's happening, that kind of journalism, I might reread it actually. It's so good. Transmetropolitan, I cannot recommend it more.
Okay, so now we're moving into the area of the con here. That's a graphic novel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you a comic person?
Yes, I am very, very much a comic person. I had to stop collecting because I live on a boat and there's not a lot of space on a boat. But I do have a little collection. I have a little collection. And my first one I ever got was Preacher. I was 21 and someone gave me volume 1 and I was like, I was a junkie. I was like, more, I need more. And then I finished that and I went on to Transmetropolitan. I loved The Boys. The Boys is great. All the things I love have now slowly been made into stuff. I actually auditioned for Boys and I was like, what part am I going to audition for? I never thought there was a part. I went up for Queen Mauve.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I didn't get it. But I would have loved to be at any of that universe.
At the last con, we actually had Colby Minifie, who plays the president of VOT.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't got around to watching it. I feel because I want to be in it so much, it makes me sad.
Fair enough.
So I'm just like, fuck it.
Do you ever do that when you're watching something that you kind of have an attraction to? You watch it and you go, oh, I could have played that so much better?
No, I never think that, but I do. I do often like. I do struggle when I've got really close to getting a job, like, you know, the recall, and you've done the first one, and you're close. I can't watch that series. It takes me many years. Like, maybe like 5 years later, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch it, but it does take a while.
It's kind of a
because you're like, also you remember the script. You kind of don't want to watch it because I don't want to watch someone else doing it better than me. I'm just gonna forget about it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So, all right, we've got fantasies, we've got some science fiction. What have you done theater-wise? Let's talk about being on stage.
A bunch of stuff. I mean, I think my favorite was that one that I did with the accordion at Nights at the Circus when I picked up the accordion. That is one of my favorite all-time ones that I did. And maybe the first thing I ever did, because I think your first theater is a bit like your first love. It's very intense, and you never forget it. So yeah.
Was it a West End show?
No. We did put it on at the Lyric Hammersmith, so yeah. But it was more a massive touring production.
Okay. So do you go back to theater often? Do you try to keep your toe in?
Yeah, I mean, the last thing I did was in 2019, but then obviously the pandemic happened, and that went out the window. It's quite hard because doing theater, it pays so badly. I'm not joking, it's really fucking terrible. Even if it's like in a big theater, like the one I was doing at the Donmar, just bad money, like not great. And so it's something you do maybe between two big jobs. You're like, okay, cool, I've got a job in, I don't know, October, that's for like a series or a film. So then you can open up to doing that.
So you do film to pay for the theater?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I haven't done theater for a while, so we'll see.
But you've been doing film, so it's
Yeah,
okay, and TV and all that. What's the favorite thing for film and TV that you've done?
I don't know. I mean, it's usually the last job I've done. So I just did one called Citas in Barcelona, an episode of that, which was great.
In Spanish?
Yeah. So that was nice. There's just too many. That's too big a question.
Do they kind of just, after you finish something, does it just kind of zip out of your head, or you?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, move on to the next thing.
Yeah, you kind of, and then sometimes you have to do ADR. So ADR is when you kind of you go back and do the sound for stuff that's gone wrong. And I recently went the other day and I was like, fuck, completely forgot all of that. I don't know,
It's like being in school, right? You take your test.
Yeah, and then you're
it
like,
all goes
no
away.
idea. Yeah. Guys, so we're just babbling. Do you guys want to ask any questions? I feel like we're just like, blah, 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 blah.
Do you guys have any questions?
Anyone?
We have a microphone over there, I think.
It can be about anything. It doesn't matter. Just ask. That's why I'm here for you guys.
So, hi, Natalia.
Hi.
I can see that you're so energetic. You cannot sit in one place. So, you're so energetic. So tell me, in Harry Potter movie, have you, you've been called Nymphadora, right? So are you answering the same ferocious as you are right now? The same ferociousness when you say, don't call me Nymphadora.
Sorry, I don't understand the question, sorry.
So you're now energetic, right? You cannot sit still. So is the same ferocity, the same energy comes to the moment when you're answering, don't call Nymphadora?
Maybe, yes.
Because you're so like...
Yeah, maybe it is. I have no idea. Maybe you're right, maybe you're saying something.
So, but the next question would be, in real life, are you still like hate when somebody calls you Nymphadora?
I don't care at all.
Great.
Don't care at all. But I mean, I remember when I was doing that scene, it was a bit like, at the time, or actually, no, when I was younger, I really fucking hated being called Natalia. Like, I hated it. I wanted people to call me Nat. So I kind of understood that energy of like, you know, when you're just, you're a kid and you're like, I don't want to be this, I have to be this. Now I don't care what anyone calls me.
Okay, thank you.
As long as they do it nicely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, one more question. Thank you.
Hello, very
Hi.
nice to meet you. I wanted to ask you, we heard that there are new Harry Potter TV series coming. What are your feelings about that? Will participate in them maybe?
I mean, I keep forgetting after conventions. Someone else asked me this and I keep forgetting to tell my agent because I would 100% be in it. I would want to be one of the professors. Like I'm old enough now, to be a professor. That'd be great.
But that brings some memories or feelings about earlier your movies.
Say it again?
Does it bring some feelings, memories? Do you worry that it somehow will be different?
I mean, it definitely will be different, but I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I think it's good to retell stories, and keep them alive.
Will that?
Thank you.
But now, the same way somebody, you say if you go the audition process and somebody else gets the part, if somebody else is playing Nymphadora, are you going to watch the Harry Potter series?
Yeah, because that's completely different now. It's like I think that's different because it's about a different age and a different time, and that's fine. Yeah, someone else can have it. I suppose, like when you do theatre as well, like I've been Desdemona, there's loads of Desdemonas, you're just like, yep, someone else's take on it, but at least I got to do it. I think TV is more like, fuck, I didn't even get a chance, Sorry.
You have a question?
Yeah,
You look great.
worries, Nat. Thanks, you too. So, I'm gonna piggyback off of Harry Potter
Yes.
yet again. So, fan fictions exist, right? Have you read any of the fanfics? Have you ever had this morbid curiosity?
No. I don't want to kind of get into that world because I think then you can get lost. Like,
Completely.
I think mentally as well. Like, I think just obviously I like meeting all you. That's why I love conventions. I love meeting. It's so amazing that I even have fans. I don't even understand. But the idea of actually going into that universe might be detrimental to mental health, I think.
Completely, yeah.
Maybe. Do you watch it? Do you write it?
There's too many people for me to say anything,
Right.
but maybe.
Okay. Amazing. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
Anyone else? Any more questions? Yes! Yes. Love a good question.
Very sorry to take your time. Just a little quick one. You said you love reading books, and did you finish all your books, or it was just any books like, no, I'm done, I'm not reading that?
No, I always finish them. That's the problem. Like, when you go on holiday and you stay in like a weird Airbnb and they've got a book that's like terrible romance fiction. Like, I have to finish that book. If I start, I'm like, but I want to know who she has sex with at the end. It's like yeah. So it's like a thing.
Okay, thanks for this answer, because now what's your least favorite book? Or the one that, okay, I hate this.
I forget, they just go. Like the ones I hate, I'm just like, right, I remember, okay, I've got to the end, I'm glad there's a resolution. Psh, I don't even think about it. I can't actually think, no. I remember more bad scripts because, sometimes you have to like go up for jobs and you're like, and I have to tell my agent, like, look, I don't want to audition for this because the script is bad, and I have to try and describe why I think it's bad. It's actually quite hard to do. It's really hard to like pinpoint why you're like, this doesn't work. People don't talk like this. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
I'm
you.
done. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, if I remember, you said you wanted to try more Lithuanian food.
Yes, I've tried some soup already, and I'm going to have more soup.
And during this weekend, there's a folklore festival, and there will be a there is also a fair where you can try, where there will be available food heritage.
Well, the thing is, we're going to be here all day,
Yeah, it's
so
like,
I'm going to miss it.
Yeah.
Is it in the evening?
It's like the fair itself is till 9. It's also tomorrow too.
Yeah, but is it during the day? Because we're here all day.
It's like from 10 till 21.
Oh, tonight. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
What's it called?
Skamba Kankli.
We'll find out. We'll get it for you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I am sort of really, my heart is warmed by your love for books, and I'm sort of curious if you have ever considered sort of being in charge of a creative project, so like writing a book of your own or maybe directing?
No. I'm not. That's not my talent. I'm not good at this, and I think it would just be frustrating for me and horrible for everyone else.
So not even an attempt. You're not interested.
I mean, I write for myself, like journal and thoughts, and when I can't sleep because I have insomnia. I don't know. Anyone else have insomnia here? No, just me. Yeah. When you do, I get up and I start writing shit, and it helps.
Okay. Another question, since I'm already here. What's a non-creative activity that you enjoy doing that has helped you sort of be creative and maybe helped you become a better actor?
Say it again?
So what's a non-creative activity that has helped you with your creative skills?
I suppose running, but like loads of exercise. I have to run every day or like walk for hours. Otherwise, like my mental health is not great. So it's like, I find that is a thing that can balance out, I don't know, the adrenaline or the fear sometimes from like doing a job. It's quite scary. And so if I run to work, I feel calm and I can feel like I can do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all your questions, everyone. Amazing. Hi.
Hi. So I know you said that you had read the Harry Potter books, and I'm curious if you've also read the currently still being published Game of Thrones novels, as well as House Fire and Blood, which...
Yes.
Yeah.
I've read all of... Have you read them as well?
Yes.
I read all of them. I kind of want him to I mean, is he going to keep writing them? Is he going to...
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly, yeah.
Okay. Do you think he's going to follow the storyline of the series, or...
I hope not.
Because maybe it's like he's got his own idea,
Allegedly, when the showrunners approached George Martin to do the series, his first question to them was, who is Jon Snow's mother? And they were able to answer it, even though he'd never written it. And he's like, that's exactly right, and that's why he gave them the permission to do it. Now, as soon as they left the book material, yeah, things kind of got a little bit haywire. So we'll see what happens. He has absolutely said he is not committed to finishing the way that they did. Yeah. So, fingers crossed. Yeah.
And also, are you watching House of the Dragon?
Yes, I am. No, I mean, I watched the first season, but I need to watch all of it again and watch, because I loved it so much, I kind of binge-watched it, like dopamine.
Yes.
And I need to rewatch it to remember who everyone is.
I found that my roommates and I have rewatched Game of Thrones, and we have to skip some scenes because they mention the Dance of the Dragons, or, oh, this character died, and we're like, skip.
Yeah. No spoilers, fuck yeah.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
So I just wanted to ask, do you have any tips for learning Spanish? Because I am fucking terrible at it.
Okay, I think the only way to really, apparently Duolingo is good, but I mean, the best way to learn language is to go to the country and work there and fall in love with someone from there.
Okay.
So, move to Spain.
Sounds like a good idea.
For a bit, few months.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for all your questions.
How do you prepare for a role?
It's always different. I mean, learning the lines is a good point to start.
Well, sure.
But that's,
well,
yeah.
but okay, so once you learn the lines, how do you find the character?
I don't know.
inside?
It's different every time with different directors that guide you. I don't know. It's just, that's a too big a question. It's like,
Okay, so how did you prepare for, say, Nymphadora?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like,
No,
it's just every time is different, and it's so. And a lot of it to me is like when you learn the lines again and again and again, and you do it again and again, things come out naturally, and you're like, and also the language dictates why is that person saying that, and so because once you go over and over and over and over and over again, you start to see patterns.
So you're not the type of actor that will sit there and write extensive backstories for your characters?
Sometimes, yeah, it depends. It's just different every time.
Okay. And now you've got no formal training, is that correct?
Yeah, none. I just did loads of theatre, so I suppose that was my training.
And now I've got my note here. Why you did audition, or you were going to go to a drama school, but you changed your mind?
No, the first time I got utterly rejected by all of them, and then I got like a lead in the play, and that was like at the time my boyfriend was actually at the school, and we were getting some of the teachers to come in on the actual production to do some voice work with us, and I was like, I've met your voice teacher. I thought it was great because it's like I'm not in debt, but then the next year I was like, I felt like a fraud, and I was like, I should go to drama school, and then as I was auditioning, they told me that I wasn't allowed to work while I was at school, and I was like, that's fucking stupid. So for 3 years, I understand like in the term time, but for 3 years, even in the holidays, I can't work. That is so stupid. Like in any other job, you'd be an intern or you'd try and get work experience, but they just didn't want you to do that. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to be in debt to this.
Fair enough. And you've just been working ever
Yeah,
since?
for now, hopefully. And
Fingers
see what
crossed.
happens
Fingers
for the
crossed.
next few years.
Okay. Any questions?
Anything else?
We can keep talking. We're good. Wait, we got a question coming.
Hi, thank you, everyone who's asking stuff, by the way.
Yeah, just a short question. Which character is your favorite in Harry Potter?
I love mine always changes when people ask me. I think today, Snape? Today's Snape. Let's go with that. Today's Snape. What about you? What's yours?
Voldemort.
Which one?
Voldemort.
Well, of course, yes. He's over there somewhere. There's a great figure over there.
He's in the
main hall. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, hello.
Hi, my question is kind of similar to the last one. What was your all-time favorite character from all of the books that you've read? Like, do you have the most favorite character?
In any book?
Yeah, from
no
any
idea.
book.
I cannot answer that. I mean, like Juliet was very close in Wool, but
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's too hard.
Is there any character that you hate,
No.
like the most? No.
No,
Yeah.
not really. I don't think. I can't think about it because it's such a big question. So, I mean, if it was in Harry Potter, that'd be easier, but I can't think of it overall. Sorry. What about you? Do you have an answer for that?
No.
Exactly. It's really hard, right? It's like without context, you're like,
Yeah, thank you.
thank you. Sorry, I've been answering well. Hi.
Hi.
I love your skirt.
Thank you. I want to ask, what's your favorite phrase in Harry Potter when you acted?
Sorry, say
What's your favorite phrase?
for the scene. I have no idea. There's so many beautiful ones. I like the ones that like I think my favorite character is Dumbledore, saying a lot of his. His wisdom is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you form attachments with I mean, because working in a film can be an incredibly intense thing. Do you form attachments with the other actors? I mean, like tonight you saw Devin.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do, but I think with that, 100%. 100%. Some people are in your life forever, and they kind of, you fall in love with them on a personal level. 100%, yeah.
So, like, obviously, Harry Potter becomes the big topic. So, do you still, aside from Devin,
I mean, it happens a lot is that we get to see each other at conventions. So that's another reason I love them. Like, we get to meet all you guys. We get to go to like amazing new country that I've never been, try all this stuff, but also we get to reconnect with old people that we work with.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Don't die.
I've got my water here. All right, I'm trying to think about what some of the things that we've talked about and where we can.
I think we've done a lot of talking.
We have done a lot of talking. We've done a lot of talking. Did somebody coming down and ask a question? No, okay, I thought somebody was coming down.
Anyone
to ask a question.
else? Any more questions?
Yeah. Here we go. Okay, I've got a note here. Again, all right, so similar to the idea of things that you want to do, is there anybody you'd like to work with?
I mean, fuck loads, but it's just such a big list. I don't know.
I know, we keep asking these big-ass
I
questions.
know, they're just too big. I mean, every time I watch a show, I'm like, I'd love to work with that person. You know, it's like, whatever's the last thing that's there, that's what I register. What was I just watching? What was I just watching at home that I binge-watched? I can't even remember. Oh, it's amazing. How can I have got this? I don't know. Sorry.
That's why we're asking these questions. We want to know. All right, we got somebody to ask a question?
Hi. Do you guys want to have a little question?
Yeah, hello. I would like to know every time a movie or a series are aired after you played a significant role, how do you feel any different perception of you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Great question.
You do gain little differences because you have to, you know, I don't know how to describe it. Like, let's say you have to really be a kind of introverted person that's a photographer, for example.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to start looking at the world with those terms, you do for a while, you know, it opens up avenues of your personality.
Yeah, I would like to mean more like after you played the villain. I don't know, have you ever played a villain in any series?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. But also when you're playing these things, there's elements of you're putting into it. But yes, you open up these avenues, that's what I mean. Like whether it's photography or whether it's, you know, if you're playing a villain and you see the world a certain way, it does open your perspective to that a little bit.
Does the people in public treats you like a villain, you know?
Oh, no.
No? Okay.
No, I've never played like a really bad villain though, so
yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. I wanted to ask you, what actor was the most fun with to act in a movie?
In any movie?
Yeah. Just what actor
I
was...
loved working with David Verdaguer.
Oh.
He's a Spanish actor. I love him. I did my first Spanish film with him, 10,000. And that summer, actually, I also worked with an amazing man, Brett Goldstein, as well, in a Super Bob. So those guys.
You worked with Brett Goldstein?
Yeah, and it's called Super Bob, the film. And there's been so many amazing women I've worked with. Just so many. I mean, Julie Walters, for example, in Harry Potter was wonderful. And my husband, Lupin. I'm really lucky. I've worked with a lot of lovely people.
And did you make a lot of friends, for example, in Harry Potter? Real friends?
I mean, but then the thing is, it's like we have our own lives, and it was such a big production. I wasn't like one of the kids. Like the kids, I think, had a different bond because they kind of grew up together. I was like a little bit older, so I was more coming in as a kind of jobbing actor rather than like growing up as a school in the school. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Now that John Wick is in the place where he is, not spoiling anything, do you think his sister deserves more screen time?
His sister?
You played his sister in John Wick.
No, I'm not his sister in it. No. I'm meant to be like his, I don't know who I am, like niece maybe, or like cousin. But no, I'm not his sister. But yeah, I'd like to carry on. Why not? It would be amazing, right? Like, carrying on the story. But I think they are doing that at the moment. They're kind of filming some sort of offshoot of John Wick, I think.
I don't know.
Even two?
Yeah.
So we hope to see you again there.
Yeah,
Thanks.
It'd be amazing.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that. Why not?
Yeah, no, it's great. Do you have any in your personal life? Do you have any type of activism or anything that you won't do? You will do, like if in John Wick, obviously, right? The entire John Wick series starts because they're mean to a dog.
Yeah.
So would you, if you read a script where your character was mean to a dog, would you not do that?
I want to work.
Okay.
I mean, like, I think even the horrible stuff you have to show to make a difference, right?
Okay.
Like I support Orchid Project. It's an incredible charity that's trying to stop female genital mutilation in the world, which still happens. Fuck, I don't know how it still does. So, you know, if they did a film and I was playing someone that cut someone,
right.
I would want to do that because I want to show that it does happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm wondering. So will you, you know, is there an activism that you, in regular life, that you will pursue? And that's what it's called the Orchid?
Yeah, Orchid Project.
The Orchid Project.
And there's also Women's Refuge that stops, you know, domestic violence. There's so many things for just stopping domestic violence against women and children.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. Do we have questions? Okay.
No more questions.
No. So, all right. We'll wrap things up then. Let's see. I'm just looking at my notes. You work a lot. You bounce around. Would you? I mean, I know you want to work, but do you like the variety of doing guest spots on series? Or is the dream to either be a regular or to, as was said, right, to host your own series?
I don't know. I mean, I think the thing is, it's like, obviously, I think everyone would love to be part of a long-standing, amazing series where there's a great storyline. But maybe, you know, after a while, maybe you'd feel, you know, trapped by that. And you'd be like, I want to get out. So I don't know. I just want to work with nice people telling good stories, basically.
And what film writers do you enjoy? I know, we're asking these big questions.
I don't know. I mean, again, I wish I could remember what I've just binge watched. I literally binge watched it the other day. I don't know, like Sex Education was great. I loved Wednesday as well. I mean, there's so many good shows, so yeah.
And
Succession is amazing. Succession
is amazing, absolutely. But no, when you're watching a show, do you pay attention to the actor, or the writers, or the directors? Or
sometimes, but most of the time I just watch the show.
And will you research, if you get cast for something, will you go back and watch some of the shows that writer or that director?
Yeah, I definitely do that. Yeah, I think it's really important. Or sometimes when you get an audition, they're like, it's this kind of show, and I'm like, what? Is there any reference I can have? Like White Lotus. I love White Lotus. Like, you know, like sometimes it's like referencing stuff, and you're like, I need to watch this so I can do the audition like this.
Fair enough. I think we have a question.
Yeah, I found a question. Hello.
Okay, so you are very open to playing different roles, and is there any role that you would refuse to play?
I don't know. It depends on the writing.
Oh, okay.
But if the writing is good, I'd like to play pretty much every character, right?
As you said, right? As long as the writing is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that answered it. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello. My question is, do you believe in love at first sight? Like
love?
In Spanish, they call it
love. Love at first sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think there's an animal thing. I don't know whether you call it love, but there's an animal attraction to humans. Like, even with friends, I've met someone. I'm like, you're going to be one of my best friends. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. On a pheromonal level, yes.
Great. Any other questions? Then I think we can. If nobody has any other questions, I think we'll.
They're done, man. They're bored. They want to go outside in the sunshine.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please thank you, Natalia Tena.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thank you. I'll be over there later on.